सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमितं कालदेशावदिभ्या निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनः उरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावत् भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानां योगीन्द्राणां त्वदङ्गेष्वधिकसुमधुरं मुक्तिभाजां निवासो भक्तानां कामवर्षद्युतरुकिसलयं नाथ ते पादमूलं नित्यं चित्तस्थितं मे पवनपुरपते कृष्णा कारुण्य सिंधो कृष्णा कारुण्य सिंधो हृत्वा निशेषतापान् प्रदिशतु परमानन्द सन्दोहलक्ष्मी
Gurupavanapure Hantabhagyam Janana. Namaskaram to all the Astikas. We have seen in the previous Dashakam as to how the Devas requested Bhagavan for his blessings intervention. For what? Because of Durvasa's Shapam, they had lost all their wealth and they started growing old. The Devas can't withstand that. They have to live in comforts. They should always look young. They requested Bhagavan. Bhagavan asked them to take the help of their half-brothers, the Asuras. And after having understood making Mandara Parvatam, the mountain as the churning rod, Vasuki, the snake as the churning rope, they started churning. So who brought the Mandara Parvatam? Bhagavan. Who supported it from the bottom when it started sinking? Bhagavan as Kurma Avatara. Who supported it from the top? Ajita Avatara, Bhagavan. Who stood by the side of the Devas and Asuras and infused energy and started or helped them in that churning process? Bhagavan. When the fumes came and they couldn't withstand the heat and the suffocation, who did help them bring the rains? It was Bhagavan through the form of clouds. So Bhagavan took so much of efforts. Despite that came a certain product which was unexpected. It couldn't be taken at all, and that was the Visham, Halahalam or Kalakutam. This particular poison with fumes came and the Devas and Asuras couldn't withstand. That is when they prayed to Lord Shiva using the mantras mentioned for him. Yateishu Shivatama Shivam Babhuvate Dhanuhu Shiva Sharavyaya Tavatayaro Rudramridaya. So they started doing the Anuvakams of Shatarudriyam Rudram and they invoked Rudra, Shiva's grace. That is how this Dashakam begins. Garalam Taralanalam Purasta Jaladehe Udvijagala Kalakutam Amarastutivada Moda Nignaha Girishastanni Papau Bhavat Priyartham Garalam Kalakutaha. Garalam, there was a poison. Kalakutaha, the name of the poison was called Kalakuta. When we read about the Western civilizations, don't we read up the anecdotes of Socrates, where the king had put him into the prison and said that you should be killed by administering you with a poison called hemlock. So a poison is called by a name hemlock in the Western civilization. It is called Kalakutam here. Garalam Kalakutaha Taralanalam Udvijagala. Taralanalam, it looked like fire, blazing fire. Taralanalam Udvijagala, it came gushing. Jaladhehe Purastat, it came out of the ocean, thereby threatening the Devas and the Asuras. Girishaha Amarastuti Vadaha, Then they all prayed to Girishaha, to Bhagavan Shiva. Shiva, please come and bless us. Moda Nighnaha. As they were praising, the Devas praised Shiva and said, Shiva, you can only come and help us. That time, Nipatau Tat Bhavat Priyartham. Shiva immediately came. Here is where we have a lot of folklores that are associated. Bhagavan Shiva left Kailasha. He is a Sarvagya. And he wanted to come and drink. One Puranam says when he drank that poison, he recited the name Achyutaya, Anantaya, Govindaya, which we today call Achamanam. So he did Achamanam and drank that poison. There is another folklore that says that Parvati was very much disturbed by this act of Shiva. So she came running and held Shiva's neck so that the poison doesn't go any further down. That is how he became Neelakantha, says one particular folklore. Since this folklore says he became Neelakantha, there is a verse by Adi Shankara who says in Saundarya Lahari, Garalam Yatshvelam Kabalitavatakala Kalanana Shambhos Tanmulam Tavajanani Tatanka Mahima. Hey Devi, with the beauty and the Saumangalyam that is associated with your Tatankam, with your earrings, you were able to save Shiva by holding him. Garalam Yatshvelam Kabalitavatakala Kalana. So, Shiva drank that poison. It did no harm to him. Rigveda mantra says, Keshi Vishasya Patrena Rudrena Pivatsaha. When Rudra consumed that particular Visham, which is poison, he thought of Narayana as the Antaryami and consumed. But Bhaṭṭatiri says, Nipapau Tat Bhavat Priyartham Krishna, hey Krishna of Guruvayur, to impress upon you, Shiva consumed that particular poison. Then he continues, Vimathatsu Sura Sureshu Jata Surabhista Rishishu Nyadhastridhaman Hayaratnam Abhut Ate Bharatnam Dyutaruchapya Sarasa Sureshu Tani He Tridhaman. The one who is effulgent in all the three regions. All the three regions belong to you. Sura Sureshu Vimathatsu. So when the Devas and the Asuras continued to churn, what all came? Jata Surabhihi, the wish-yielding cow called as Kamadhenu emerged. Tvam Nyadhaha Tam Rishishu. Then you gave her to the Rishis, because the Rishis were waiting. They were also bereft of riches. So he said, let the cows be taken by the Rishis because they will have them in their backyard, and then their products, the milk, the curd, especially the ghee and the butter can be used for all your yajna karya. Take the cow with you. Nyadhaha tam rishishu. Atha abhut hayaratnam. Hayaratnam. Haya means horse. Hayaratnam, the best amongst horses, which was called Uchchai Shravas. So this Uchchai Shravas were emerged, and then Atha Ibharatnam. Ibha means elephant. That is how Ibham. In Bhishma Stuti, we get across this word called Ibham. Ibha means elephant. Ibharatnam, the one which is the leader of all elephants, Airavatam. Then Dyutaruhu, Dyutaruhu, Taru, tree, Dyutaruhu, heavenly tree, wish-yielding tree, Kalpaka Vriksham, Parijatam, that particular tree, Kalpataru. Apsarasaha cha abhuvan, Apsarasaha. So the divine beautiful women who dance in the court of Indra, they also emerged. Tvam Nyadhaha Tani Sureshu. You gave them to the Devas. So giving them to the Devas, you did. Then to the Rishis you gave. So all this emerged. Next. Jagadisha Bhavat Paratadanim Kamaniya Kamala Babhuva Devi Amalam Avalokyayam Vilolaha Sakalopi Sprihayam Babhuva Lokaha. Hey Jagadisha, hey Bhagavan, the one who rules the entire universe. Tadani Babhuva Devi Kamala. From that churning process emerged Kamala. Kamau Latiti Kamala is one Vyutpatti. The one who brings the Paramatman and the Jivatman together is called Kamala. Kamala, the one who emerged, he says, Tadani Babhuva Devi Kamala, that Mahalakshmi emerged. Kamaniya Bhavatpara. She was very enchanting. That is why the stotram says, Lakshmim Kshira Samudra Rajatanayam Shrirangadhamishwarim Dasi Bhuta Samasta Deva Vanitam Lokaika Deepankuram Śrīman Mantakatakshalabda Vibhavat Brahmendra Gangadharam Tvam Trailokya Kutumbini Sarasijam Vande Mukunda Priyam Mukunda Priyam Vande Mukunda Priyam. I salute that Devi. Vande Mukunda Priyam Lakshmi Kshira Samudra Raja Tanayam. So she emerged from the ocean. Another great composer tells this in the Tamil language. Parkadalil uditha tirumaniye saubhagya lakshmi yammai kadaikaniye narkaviyum poliyum pulavor kumai ஞானியர்க்கும் உயர்வானவர்க்கும் ஞானியர்க்கும் உயர்வானவர்க்கும் அம்பானீரங்க எனில் புகழேது. Without you, mother, the one who arose from the oceanic waters, he says. So Mata Mahalakshmi comes. Kamaniya Bhavatpara, the one who is very beautiful, who is extremely devoted to you, because Vishnu Puranam says Nityaivesha Jaganmata Vishnu Shri Ranapayini Devatve Devadeheyam Manushyatve cha Manushi Raghavatve Abhavat Sita Rukmini Krishna Janmani. If he is born as Rama, she becomes Sita. If he is Krishna, she is Rukmini. So if he is Deva, she is Devi. If he is Bhagavan, she is Bhagavati. If he is Ishvara, she is Ishwari. So she doesn't move away from him. So that is why Alvar says, Ahalagille Nirayumen Alarmen Mangai Uraimarba Nigaril Pugalai Ulaga Mundrudaya Yennai Alvani, the Tamil language. Here, Avalokyayam Amalam, the one who is pure, Amalam, spotless, blemishless, Sakalaha Api Vilolaha Lokaha. The world was agitated. What beautiful form she has come with. Spurhayam Babhuva. So they were all thinking, oh, maybe she will reach me, maybe she will reach him, maybe she will reach that person. They were all just waiting. How beautiful she is. Nobody has seen this kind of, this convergence of beauty, prosperity, coyness, all that put together. Avalokyayam Amalam. That particular Amala, Vimala, Kamala, she emerged from those oceanic waters. But whom is she going to choose? That's a very important question, because Vishnu Puranam says she did choose someone. How did she choose? Does Purandaradasa intervene here? Very interestingly, he intervenes and does a Swayamvaram for Mahalakshmi. Alongside that Swayamvaram, we will see how Mahalakshmi weds Śrīman Nārāyaṇa in the next episode.
कल्याणरूपाय कलौ जनानां कल्याणदात्रे करुणासुधाब्दे कंवादिदिव्यायुधसत्कराय वातालयाधीश नमो नमस्ते. नारायण 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 नारायण.